Hey everybody, I'm Anthony.
I'm John.
And this is Dynamic Buzz. Every Tuesday we bring you the latest in comic book related news along with recommendations of comics to pick up this week. Without further ado, let's get started with today's show. First of all, I want to apologize for not having the Dynamic review this Friday.
We're on a little vacation.
Yeah, we need
no
to get
Wi-Fi
away.
or anything, so
Roughing it in the mountain.
we're gonna
mountains.
add last week's comics to this week's episode, so it's gonna be a jam-packed episode, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about Batman 18
and Batman and Robin 18.
What else do we got?
Last week was the first podcast of The Dynamic Dead. The Dynamic Dead is a podcast between...
Starring me.
Sometimes when he wants to show up. Forgot I was mad at you for that. Starring me and some guest stars, some friends, some famous people from websites. But we sit around and we discuss The Walking Dead and like the latest episodes. Last week we talked about Arrow in the Doorway or Doorstep. Something like that. And then this week we talked about the latest episode, Prey. So it should be up tomorrow at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we got right now, so let's start on the news. The first thing we got is our only comic book news of the week, and it's a new comic by K Vaughan and Marcos Martin, which, if you guys don't know who they are, K Vaughan has been coming out with a lot of great stuff, and one big thing is Saga. Now, if you guys didn't know, I talk a lot about Saga. It was my #1 comic of the year last year, and absolutely loved it. And Marcos Martin is the current artist for Daredevil, which is very, very good art. So they are teaming up to make a comic called Private Eye. Now, this comic is based in 2076. It's a detective story where everyone in the U.S. has a secret identity. And there's no superpowers, but it's like everyone is wearing a mask. They're trying to hide something, and it's like this guy is like a detective that's trying to, find people. I read a short synopsis about it. It's kind of hard to determine what it's exactly about until I read it, but it looks like just by having K Vaughan's name on it, I want to read it. And this is an interesting comic because it's not being released in stores, or it might be released in stores. I don't know, but it's getting released through their own digitally publishing company website or something, and it's where you can pick what you want to pay for it. So they just said just pay whatever. I think the lease is 99 cents. I'm planning on buying it sometime today, but. You can go 99 cents. You can donate $50 if you want for a comic. But the first issue's 32 pages. They said the story should take up to 10 issues. But it looks very interesting, and I really can't wait to,
Yeah,
see
that sounds cool. It sounds like one of those stories that the plot sounds terrible, but once you start reading it, it makes up for it, and then you're stuck onto it. I'm kind of excited. I'll probably read it once you get it.
Yeah, the talk is now that this publishing company that they're doing is called Panel Syndicate, and now people are talking about what if Saga was published on this, and that's kind of interesting because we know, I think it's in May, Saga's taking a break. We're not going to be getting issues.
Hiatus.
Yeah, and we don't know if it's because he's working on this comic book or it's because they are leaving Image Comics, but that would be awesome if I could get it a little cheaper.
Yeah. Well, moving on with news, we're going to move on to video game news. Have you noticed that we've gotten a little bit more video game news? Used to be nothing at all. Used to be all comic
2 weeks in a row. That's awesome.
Well, this week we're going to talk about the Injustice League, Gods Among Us. They have a special combo pack, which is Blackest Night. Now, if you remember back in 2009, Jeff Johns wrote that great event called Blackest Night, where basically the Green Lantern universe, Black Lantern rings were spread across the universe, bringing the dead back to life. So it was like DC Zombies. But now for the game, if you order it from Walmart...
Best Buy.
Best Buy, you can get all your characters in their Black Lantern form or zombie form, Black Lantern zombie forms.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. I think it's sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a zombie mode. How whatever that was, it After Realm, Nether Realms, Mortal Kombat did their zombie mode, and this should be awesome. There's a trailer for it. We'll have it in the description, and it looks like just like the game with skins, and when you punch them, there's blood and everywhere. More, I guess, just more blood. It looked more graphic than what the regular game is, but also this is not like the only pre-order pack you can get. From GameStop, you can get the Red Sun skin pack, which that should be pretty cool. And then also Walmart, which I think that's probably where I'll buy mine, and you said you probably would too, is they're doing Arkham City skins. But not only do you get that, you get a free copy of Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which was also a very good game. So, I don't know, I think that kind of be cool. I like the Blackest Night thing, but I don't know if it's...
I think I want that. I want to be able to play as Blackest Night, Batman,
Well, Flash, that's...
Yeah. Cool. Spoiler alert. If you guys haven't read Blackest Night, you probably should right now. Alright. Basically, the Flash turns into a Blue Lantern, and you get to play as a Blue Lantern. I doubt you have any Lantern powers, but still, I'd like to see my Flash with a blue trail line.
That would be cool if you had, like, powers like that. That would, like, Green Lantern powers. But,
that'd be really cool. But yeah, when can we expect this?
April 16th on all... I'm pretty sure it's on all consoles. So.
On all consoles? Excited.
Yep.
Alright, well, that's it for video game news. Now we're going to move on to TV news. Well, as a lot of you have known, I've been dreading the upcoming end of DC Nation's Green Lantern animated series and Young Justice. Well, last Saturday was the season finales. They were great. They were stupendous.
I really liked the Green Lantern one. The Young Justice seemed very, very rushed, but there was a lot of good things in it.
Yeah, we'll talk about both. Not too much into both, but Green Lantern ended great, and it had a little bit of a cliffhanger. There wasn't a gigantic one, but it kind of said that this story could have continued.
Whereas Young Justice,
it were like, this was supposed to have a season 3, and if we don't get a season 3, we should at least get a straight to DVD movie.
That was a huge. Out of all, like, Green Lantern, Young Justice, the one I don't think will ever come back. But they left a huge cliffhanger,
God,
like huge
so
things
frustrating.
to come. And it's kind of sad because everything was kind of ending towards the episode. Everything started to end. People were taking their own paths, but then the last couple seconds they hit you with this huge thing. You're like, wow, they're gonna really do that.
Right.
But yeah, it was not bad. I don't know. I'm just sad that it's ending now. Yeah, they came out with, I don't know if you've seen it, they showed it after, like it ended the promo for Teen Titans Go, and it looked like it has nothing to do, like,
it looks
they could have just put regular, like not even superheroes on it, and it looked like it's just a show that's not going to do anything with anything DC.
Yeah. I think Bravest Warriors looks better than Teen Titans Go does.
Yeah, that was sad, but
it's,
without spoiling anything, this is, it was a very good ending to both shows. Excited to see if they would come back, but I feel like Young Justice is very unlikely because I know they had production problems and there's a lot of problems with the voice actors. But Green Lantern, I don't see why that even got canceled in the first place. So
yeah, whereas Young Justice started out really, really good, and then season 2 it was good. It was just stretched out.
Yeah, it's everything coming out. Like there's so many things coming out of nowhere.
Whereas Green Lantern, it stayed on a straight line and just got better and better and better. Like, season 1 started out really slow and then picked up, and then season 2 it never went down. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all just check it out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm still upset about it. So, I'm going to let you do the next part of the news.
Alright, man. Alright, our next thing is Guardians of the Galaxy news. Now, we haven't had news of that since Chris Path was cast as Star-Lord. And our next news is another new casting. Now, do you like wrestling?
Do I like wrestling? No.
You like gladiator movies?
No.
You like to see grown men naked?
You do.
No, but this guy was a wrestler. He was on WWE. He was making an appearance when I watched it as a kid. But if you guys don't know him, his name is Dave Bautista. He is now casted as Drax the Destroyer. Now, my only problem with that is he definitely he's gigantic, man. He's like 6'8", gigantic. And he fits to the Drax Destroyer role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause Drax is a huge guy. But I'm wondering where this acting is going to come from. Because have you watched wrestling? The acting is...
It's probably just going to be like him grunting.
Yeah.
Drax.
The acting is awful. And I'm
Surprised
like,
he wasn't in court.
yeah. Like this, I don't know how that's going to happen. I'm curious. I was very, very excited for Guardians of the Galaxy. But then, you know, some casting has made me...
less excited
about it, but I'm still hopeful. Hopefully, you know, he takes some acting classes before he starts filming for this. But yeah, that's all we got for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So what else you got?
Another thing is Agent Coulson news. Now we know that Agent Coulson died in the Avengers.
What?
Died in the last Avengers. And
You're supposed to yell spoiler alert when you say stuff like that.
If you haven't seen Avengers, why are you even watching this show? But he died in the last Avengers, and then all of a sudden he got casted for the S.H.E.I.L.D. TV show, which I'm pretty sure is going to be on NBC or ABC or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's really exciting. That's going to be, but everybody's wondering, like, what is he? Is this going to be a prequel of the Avengers? What is this going to be? Well, Josh Whedon has finally come out and said that Agent Coulson is back from the dead.
Oh, there's a Marvel move.
Yeah, it's a typical Marvel move. You know, there's only been like one person that's never came back from the dead in Marvel, and that's like been like Uncle Ben. Everybody else came.
That's been Uncle Ben.
What?
It's only been Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, this happens all the time in the comic books. We've only wondered when it was going to happen in the movies. So yeah, this is back. Thing about it is you know, he wasn't a very popular character until the movies came out, and probably they were already done with the Avengers, so everybody was so mad that he did an amazing job in the Avengers. Everybody was so mad that he died that...
Well, no one liked him in any of the movies until he was in Avengers.
Yeah.
Because eventually you have to see him as in a different light than that annoying douchebag. But no, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see him being a main character. Hopefully they'll keep Robin from How I Met Your Mother out of it, Agent Hill.
Yeah.
They keep her as far away.
Hopefully, we'll see him. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him like in the new Avengers, but right now it's just like he's in the new S.H.I.E.L.D. movie. Mm-hmm. I mean S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
TV show.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all we got about that. Another quick news. What else do we got?
We're going to move on to movie news.
Yeah.
And recently, last week, Kick-Ass 2 released its first trailer. Yay! Okay, go ahead, take it.
Alright, yeah. So, Kick-Ass 2, Red Band trailer, released last Wednesday. And I was very, very excited for it. I've watched it a couple of times since this came out. And it looks decent to me. There's only one major problem I have it. There's green screen shots that you can definitely tell it's green screen shots that are god awful. Mm. There's one when Hit Girl at the end is on a van, and you can just tell. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. It's just like clouds in the background. It looks so bad. That's the only problem I have with it.
It's terrible quality.
The thing about it is like that could be shot on an expressway. Like you could it's on an expressway, and why couldn't they just shot like her going down the road or something? I don't see why that had to be green screen.
Probably just because she's like 11. Nah, she's probably 15.
Yeah, they say in the thing 15, but I think she's definitely older than that.
Yeah.
That's what's weird is, you know, well, you can't really help that she's grown up and she's hit puberty, but... Yeah, but I'm very excited for this. This, you know, even though I didn't like the comic, I think the movie is going to make up for it, and looks like some funny parts just like the first movie, but yeah, I hope the green screen things get fixed out. I hope they don't just leave the movie like that, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, you'll let me know how it goes.
He's seeing it. He'll be first in line.
Anyway, well, that's it for the news this week. Here are our recommendations of comics to pick up this week. Our top 3 shall be, you want to take off one?
Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 18. Now, we've been kind of really loving the Red Hood and the Outlaws past couple issues, starting with like the Death in the Family stuff. And 17 was it was a post Death in the Family, and it left us with a huge cliffhanger. And something big happens to Jason Todd, and
As you can say it now. It's been a month.
No, I'll let him
not?
read it. But, that's what it's pretty much going to deal with in this issue, and I really feel like this is going to be a really big issue for not only Jason, but the Outlaws to see how they're going to deal with this new situation that has occurred.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very, very excited for this one. It's going to be one of the ones that definitely pick up. And here's another one.
Another one will be Vibe number 2. Now, both of us were really skeptical about getting Vibe issue 1 when it came out, and then reading it just blew us out of the water. The writing was great, the art was great, the storyline seems to be incredible, and I'm just excited to see where they can go off of issue 1, because issue 1 there was not a dull moment. Each page you had to read, had to look at every little panel, every little detail,
Easter eggs and stuff like that.
So I'm really excited to see issue 2 and to see 3, 4, and beyond.
Yeah, I know they're going to involve him pretty much I think DC's really pushing to make him a big character, and I know he's going to start getting involved with all the characters of the DC universe. I think it might be 3 or 4 he
encounters the Suicide Squad.
Well, and then Batman too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. Still worried about some things about how they're still kind of lying to him about stuff.
But what Batman shows up for? Batman finally shows up. It's to put his own little agent in the Justice League of America. Because Batman has secret agents and everything.
Oh yeah. I just thought it was gonna start his rap career in Detroit.
I thought we were gonna let that die out. That whole thought of him being a breakdancing rapper from Detroit.
Yeah, Vibe is like the backup dancer, and Batman's on the stage. My palms are sweaty, and these gloves are heavy.
I hate you so much. We're gonna move on to our final pick of the week, and that will be Ultimate Spider-Man 21. Now, this is gonna be the continuation of the Venom War, which we both have been really excited about. Last issue was really, really, really cinematic. Should I say? It had great imagery.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this issue and to see what happens next, and to definitely find out what Venom is and how Venom knows so much about Miles. And I don't know, it's something to definitely look forward to, and I would definitely pick it up.
Yeah. I don't know. The last issue kind of left you with a little cliffhanger.
Not much though. I think it was a decently laid out Spider-Man comic.
But it just makes you more excited for this issue.
That's
right
true.
Here. So, yeah, listen, all these comics that we just named off are going to be very good comics. I have very high hopes for it, and like I usually say with these things, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in our top 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else comics do we have coming out?
Will be Action Comics number 18, Batman Beyond Unlimited issue 14, Birds of Prey number 18, Constantine issue number 1, Green Lantern New Guardians issue 18, Justice League 18, Justice League of America 2, DCU Presents number 18, Vibe number 2, Wonder Woman number 18, Nightwing number 18, Red Hood and the Outlaws number 18, It Girl and the Atomics number 8, Saga 11, Chew 32, All New X-Men number 9, Captain America number 5, Dark Avengers number 11, Ultimate Spider-Man number 21, Nova number 2, Superior Spider number 6, Captain Marvel number 1, and Cable and X-Force, Daddy's Home.
That cover just makes me want to buy that comic just because it's like a picture of Cyclops.
Cyclops is Cable's dad, and from the Cable's from the future. Anyway, they're related, and so I guess they're gonna Cyclops is gonna confront Cable, and It has a really sweet cover.
Daddy's home.
That's probably our number 5 pick.
Yeah. Anything else that you think looks exciting on those picks?
From Boom Studios, there's Adventure Time number 14.
This is an ending of some story they were doing. I don't really read Adventure Time. I don't like the cartoon comics that much. But I know a lot of people like this, so that should be one to watch out for. Action Comics 18 is the last Grant Morrison issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know you're excited for 19.
Oh, yeah. Looks great.
But what else do we got here? Saga's always a good one to get. I know a lot of stuff's going to happen in this issue. It's only been building up, but it's another good one.
Nightwing will be a Requiem issue.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be how
Nightwing would probably be pretty interesting because,
the last issue was him and Damian talking.
Yeah. So, well, and also in Batman Incorporated number 8, he had a heart-to-heart right before he died.
And they even mentioned back to talking in issue 18.
So that should be a very, very good issue. And, I'm always excited for Nightwing because I'm one of my favorite characters, but should be another good one to look out for.
Superior Spider-Man will be great. It'll
like
pick
always.
It'll pick up from where it left off last week with its cliffhanger.
Yeah, and Justice League of America, 2nd issue. So
also Nova number 2.
Nova number 2.
Dose.
I'm hoping to get a lot more than I did last issue because I really like how this is going, but I think it needs a little more in the issues. And then also Justice League, we get a first appearance in the New 52 of the Metal Men.
Excited.
Yeah.
None of them aren't that big, but they're definitely a fun group to read about.
Yeah.
So
Jinx.
What? I said Jinx. Whatever. Okay, you're on Jinx. Just talk.
Alright, yeah, that wraps up the show. A lot of comics coming out this week that should be pretty interesting, but the news lacked a little bit. But I'm still excited about everything that we said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you haven't already, check out The Dynamic Dead. It's definitely something worth spending an hour listening to, because I did that even though I was witnessing it there. But should be awesome. We have another one coming out tomorrow, and then like always we have a dynamic review on Friday.
Yep.
So
definitely excited.
Yep.
All right. Well,
that wraps everything up. Always visit us on Facebook,
like
Twitter, and our website, thedynamicbuzz.com. And we are out of here. We will see you Friday.